It's gonna be Star Wars out here eventually. Like it's just gonna be a bunch of chat bots, AI bots, period, assistants running around doing stuff with people, a bunch of C3POs, R2D2s.
Oh, I agree. I know.
Just
Oh,
get ready now.
I already know. It's already here now. They just haven't released a lot of it, but it's going to be released on a mass scale. I saw those ones dancing in the warehouse, and they'll be able to take boxes and all this. I mean, it's here. It is here now.
Jumping up and downstairs, turning flips.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love being in this, you know, time, but I just feel like I asked the question on my social media. I said, if basically, I feel like they're going to be able to do the robots are going to be able to do anything in the physical world that humans can do. I can't think of anything. I was listening to a podcast and the guy was like, well, they won't be able to do like plumbing and doing that kind of stuff. And they were like, yeah, I think they will be able to. I really think they'll be able to do anything. So
Plumbing.
he said something like as far as like home improvement stuff, and I said I think they can definitely create a robot that can do those kind of things.
Plumbing and home improvement.
That was his logic, and they're like, boy, they definitely gonna have those.
They're selling fast food right now.
Thank you. And it's in Japan or something. They're actually selling fast food, the robots. I saw it on YouTube, and they turn around and they just hand it out the little window. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, they're here.
I'm ready for it. I am.
As
I think
long as it doesn't make us, I don't know where, but what are we gonna do?
we're gonna do we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. It's just the importance is gonna change.
Mm.
Like, imagine a world where everybody can buy gloves that can make them like capable of playing the piano to a certain level.
Mm.
Okay, fine, but everybody's not gonna compose music the same way. And even if they can play because of the capabilities, everybody still has their unique rhythms and people still. So I think what we value will just shift a bit. I kind of see it like dating. Like every time there's a new development, the values shift.
I bet you it's going to be coming to place where they can't make certain things because they're going to take a lot of the job. There's nothing that I feel like they couldn't do that we do as far as like, in the 3D world. But music, of course they can do that, but I don't think people would pay to go see the Mecca consistently. It's a Music is so spiritual. I think it's about the connection and the mistakes and the flaws, and I just think that only humans can kind of really do that too. I just can't see me paying money to go see an AI. I want to see a real person. Like I told you, I saw Brat and Judy today just to see real
Mm-hmm.
people. It's a good experience. I'm not going to pay to go see no AI on the screen consistently. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that. Mm-mm.
Well,
Let
who
me do it
who
once.
would want to pay to see AI though? Because if they're gonna make it profitable, there's a group of people out there that would pay to get. Who are these people?
Yeah. I think it can't be, I'm saying it can't just be AI. I like that it's
Oh,
with regular artists. Like we can go see AI like a movie, like you can go see AI or you can go to a
mm,
concert. But just to say, well, you can only go see movies and there are no more concerts, I just think that's not going to be the wave. I think that you're going to have human artists and, AI artists. You can't just have one or the other. I mean, you can have just human. I don't think you could just have AI and people
mm-hmm.
would be satisfied. Like, I don't think that's what the migration of music is going to end up being. I just don't feel like that's where it's going to go.
We still like hearing music as animals. We still like hearing music from other animals, from other humans. So
Yes.
till that changes with like future generations, like that's kind of like I feel
How is
like that'll be an evolution over time.
how is AI going to have groupies? Come on now. There's this groupie life. There's a whole life outside of music.
Listen,
AI ain't going to have no groupies.
when the rose gets AI,
On what?
when the rose,
What's the rose?
The rose, the toy, the rose. When the rose gets AI and can hug you and do all of these things, you think people won't? You think they won't? You think they won't make the switch? You think they won't have
Oh,
groupies?
no.
Absolutely,
What?
absolutely. He or she or it will.
I'm
They
so
will.
confused. You talking about the AI having its own toy? Or
AI being the toy, having groupies.
oh, that is some sci-fi freaky stuff. I wish you had little
Ex
bleeps in there.
machina.
When you put the bleeps in there. That is some freaky. Man, that's so outside of my mindset. No, I won't be purchasing any toys for AI people to feel like I had them.
It's
Oh
gonna
wow.
happen. It's gonna happen.
That's
Her
some kinky stuff. Mm-mm.
Joaquin Phoenix movie. Her. Have you seen that?
No, that is strange. Hey man, I'm not yucking anybody's yum. Make sure you keep that in there. You do what you do.
Can't
I'm
yuck
just
the
saying. I didn't even think of that. Wow, you just like literally all these little neurons just sparked in my brain. That's some crazy stuff.
This is going to change our world. This is the next, like, this is like when we first got cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see all of the, I think I got that from Neil deGrasse Tyson, like an interview that he did. It was either that or it was the fusion breakthrough that happened recently. That is like, we're basically just getting cars. But this is that transformative to our way of life and our society and how we see things. Like AI is absolutely going to take over. I could really see a world where everything that we need to do is AI and we're just kind of the operators for it. And I don't know, like I don't know if
I know there's some now that that's their way of life, and that's cool. But I mean, I just need people. I need a real person. I like to feel souls and connections. I think that's an artist thing too. It's like I need to feel a connection and not one that comes from an outlet. No, 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 no.
but what if it's solar?
Bones. I need it to be the original
You
humans.
need the
No
meat
solar.
bags.
Yeah, I like them. I like those kind of things. I really do. I
Meat
love.
bags full of just
Yeah, I need relation.
red goo.
I was watching that professor, and I had relations. That's
Me and him had relations.
hot relations. Yeah, I need hot relations. I can't. I need people. I like people. I
The
love
AI
AI.
body warms up.
No, sir. I don't want to control its temperature, and you can control the temperature too. I like mine at a good 82.
You can control the temp. I'm turn you down to 75
Thank you.
real quick because you a
This is
little too
too
hot.
much. I like the spontaneity of having somebody that I don't know what their temperature, what they're gonna do. I like that. I don't want to control them like that. No, it's so boring.
You
It's
can
boring.
make it exciting. That's the other thing about AI is the possibilities are endless. They're only as limited as the user. Another thing that came out, Chat GPT. I didn't mean to turn this into a science podcast, but
It just totally took a left.
I
What
actually
is
read all the stuff
happening?
and I watch it. So
Uh-huh.
and I think about it a lot. Chat GPT is a platform that allows you to ask pretty much any question and it'll give you the correct answer, given it can actually respond to your prompt, because there are some things that it just won't respond to. And I see one of the more common thoughts being, this is a really important and a really good thing for our society, but like it can only go as far as we're able to push it and take it.
Yeah,
And I
think so
just,
too. If you
yeah.
don't push it to that limit, yeah. I don't know. I know they will be able to do that, like make them more human like, even like you said with temperature, everything. I think they can make it very human like. I just like it to happen organically. I don't want mine to be put together. That's my preference.
Dating too.
That's a whole nother can of worms that I don't even know if you're equipped to open on this podcast, because it's a hard thing for
You can go as far as you want.
Yeah, I don't know how to articulate that. I I don't know. Dating is just it's interesting, but I'm trying. I haven't given up hope. I'm trying not to give out my light. I actually I actually got stood up for Valentine's Day. Unfortunately. Yeah. So but God is good, and when one door closes, I have to be hopeful and faithful that another one will open. So
I'm
for
sorry.
that. Yeah. So it's fine. I smiled through it. And that's not me just saying it's fine. I'm gonna cry about it. I didn't cry. I didn't do it. I said it's
It's not
cool.
fine. If you watching this, it's not fine.
I don't know understand people, but yeah, literally that day he was just like, "Yeah, I want to see you." And then I said, "Oh yeah, where I said, "What do you have in mind?" And that was the last thing we ever said to each other. Yeah. So,
I
yeah,
don't,
that's life.
don't
That
like
is.
that.
I
Yeah.
know, but that's
It was
dating.
it's more about him. And yeah, that is dating. People just out here making all these decisions for themselves and then just like you're there, so you're either gonna get hurt or you're not gonna get hurt.
Yeah. That's the risk that you take for love. You have to be open to being able to be hurt. So I don't look at it as a negative thing. It just wasn't the right fit. And everybody's just trying to find somebody that makes them feel like this is the best decision for me, like it fits me. And so if I didn't fit that person, I wish them the best. There's no
Yeah.
hard feelings.
Mm.
Cause when mine does come, it's gonna be on and popping like a bag of knuckles. You understand? So
Are
it's gonna be
you
wonderful.
are you writing songs about any of these things?
No, right now I'm writing songs about I am learning to be more comfortable with my sensuality, and I put out one with the guy I went to school with at Berkeley. His name is Darren, and I put out a song with him. And I'm like I told him I was like I just want something that's a little bit more, with my grown and sexy. So we made one called "Come Over," and so it was not, it's not vulgar. It's just
Mm.
very sensual. So I said I'm kind of writing more music about that makes me feel something.
Sensual nature in music's been lost.
Yeah.
Don't know how it happened. Um, I miss that. So,
Mhm. And now
um,
they're just telling you exactly what they want. I want you to put it here and lift it up. And I'm like, no, I don't want to sing like that. I want to have a little bit more nuance. Some people that are going to just express and they're not going to give that much. And all of it's art. So it's just, that's
mhm.
just not, that may not be particularly what you want to hear or resonate with, but everything is just artistic expression. You have those who are super conscious and you have those who just like to say willy nilly and silly things.
Yeah.
So I just think it's whatever vibe that you're on.
Hmm.
But for me, I've had both. Of course, in my life, I've had it when being younger and stuff, and even now, sometimes I'll make something that doesn't make, I'm not really thinking in depth or thinking about anything literary of how I'm putting it. Like you said, in the context of like a story, I'm just saying how I feel. And then there are some that it's like my favorite song that I ever wrote, and they always say, "Oh, that song is so dated," but I wrote this one called what's it called? Uh, Sacrifice My Love.
Mm.
And I had to think of the hook, and that one came from a very honest place. I love the melody, and it was a story that was very true. And so I just think that it just whatever vibration or feeling that you're feeling, I think that's where that song could come from. Some people just don't have a lot of context, a lot of depth, and that's who they are, and that's okay. I mean,
That's
people are going to
real.
still buy it. So
Yeah. I told a lot of people last year that my favorite rapper for the year was 21 Savage. You talk
21
about
Savage.
you talk about getting a response from people that's not all that enthusiastic.
Mhm.
Tell them your favorite rapper for the year is 21 Savage.
Why? I don't see what's the problem with that. What's wrong with little 21 Savage?
I don't see the problem either, but he's not Kendrick.
Oh,
He's not J. Cole. He's not, you know what I mean?
thinking it's not a thinking profession. It's a thinking profession, but when it comes to music, it's about feeling. And if you're
Hmm.
not feeling it, I don't care what it is. Because even when you think of songs like "Who Let the Dogs Out," is you feel that song, and
Yeah.
it's not a real deep song, but you could feel it because it's coming from a pure place of just singing and having fun. So
Hmm.
what you just have to. That's not our job. We're not the critics. There are music critics. That's not the sign. That's not the job I think you signed up for. I never saw you just criticize music and never make it. So you're a maker. You're a creator. That's all you got to worry about. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I continue to tell people that, but their reactions were funny because I was just like, do y'all not listen to 21 Savage? Y'all not hear what he's putting together? Do y'all not hear the year he's having? He's been killing features for like the last however many years. And
yeah.
then but he's simple, and like the way he puts his lyrics together and his words and his delivery doesn't really change a lot. I like it.
Yes, that's all that matters.
So,
Absolutely.
well, do you have anything else that you want to mention? Do you have any do you have social media, websites, or anything that you wanna
Yes,
leave?
you can follow me on Instagram at LaToya Tillis Media. I also started my whole goal was to create an all-female music band, and so I started a endeavor with that called Power, and it's a POWRRR. You
Mm.
can find me on all social media under that name, Power Official.
Well, thank you for joining me on the journey and
Yes, I saw it. And I was like, "Oh
being
yes, he has to be the first one because this is fam. We've been doing this for a long time. We was talking
long
about us in the
time.
studio. The reason why we didn't have a long time is it breaking up? The reason why we didn't have a long time in the studio is because we had to book it, and we could only book in 2 hour increments. And by the time we got all set, we only had
And fix the problems before.
yes,
Glad I did. I
yeah,
have to fix the issue before,
yes.
and then we could start. That was like an hour and a half into our 2 hour session.
Yeah, this is what we went through, and we would have to book it at 2 hour chunks and then go through that every single
I
time.
spend all day, all week in that classroom, 2.5 hours at least for a class. I
Mhm.
know how that works and how it's supposed to work. I
Yeah.
was so upset when we couldn't get it to work this one time.
Yes. Oh, it was so fun. But I love it
Oh,
though. That's what I'm talking about, like all the behind the scenes moments
yeah.
and stuff. I tell people, I'm like, I can't, they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can't really articulate all of them, but it's like, it's just the experience of like going through stuff like that. It's just
It's
fun.
the journey. It's the journey. That's the only way to express it. This is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way. Mandalorian.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you for having me. It's been so fun. So fun.